AITA for leaving a vacation I planned for my GF after her friends came along. My GF, Sarah, 29, and I, M, 28, have been dating for 5 years. And I wanted to go on a vacation with her to celebrate. I planned the trip for several months. Of course I shared my plans with her, and decided on skiing, snowboarding, other winter activities in CO. The activities seemed perfect, and I was looking forward to this for months because I wanted to propose to her at the end of the trip. 5 days before the trip, Sarah dropped the ball on me that she invited 2 of her friends to meet her there. I was upset because I wanted to spend one-to-one time with Sarah for our anniversary. I feel like it was plain and clear that this was a trip for just us. Even though I expressed my concerns, Sarah insisted that her friends already made plans to come and won't back out. I decided to accept this because there was no way for me to force her friends to not come. I wish I fought more on this. I figured we could make some changes to our plans, and I would still be able to propose to her privately. Sarah essentially blew me off for her friends and we didn't get any private time. After 3 days of being in second place, I decided to leave the trip and head home. I told Sarah why I was leaving, and she was upset. She told her friends about my decision, and I was ganged up on. They said we were all having a great time. She thinks I'm being a jerk for making her pick between her friends and me, even though her friends weren't invited in the first place. I never had personal issues with her friends prior to this trip. I never made Sarah pick between me or her friends because everyone needs friends outside of a relationship. I'm at home now and thinking about everything. I have a day to myself before Sarah comes home, so at least I get to relax a bit. Sarah and her friends think I'm overreacting and think I ruined the trip. I think Sarah was disrespectful and rude to me by ruining the purpose of this trip and having her friends gang up on me. AITA for leaving a vacation I planned for my GF after her friends came along. Edit. This was a planned, anniversary, romantic trip. I was clear that we have plans for just us 2. We've been on other anniversary trips together without her friends there. We did discuss marriage beforehand, so it's not like a proposal wouldn't been out of the blue. Minor update. My friends are here at the house and they have been running potential interference. Just in case her friends try to bombard and harass me. They've been great and I'm so glad to have them. Info. Is it possible she knew you were going to propose and did this intentionally to avoid it? NTA, you sure you still want to propose? They said we were all having a great time. No, clearly, we all weren't. NTA. What she didn't know isn't relevant. What she did know was 1. It was a trip to celebrate your 5-year anniversary, and 2. That you were apprehensive about her friends coming with after you found out. She waited until 5 days before the trip to tell you for a reason. She thinks it makes you the asshole if you put your foot down because it was too late for them to not come. NTA, and I'm sure my comment will get lost in this sea of feedback, but still I hope this reaches you somehow and helps you see things in a different perspective. My So 29M and I, 29F, have also been dating for 5+ years and recently engaged. I'm in no way trying to tell you or imply how our relationship functions is superior nor can judge your whole relationship based on one post. However, I would like to tell you how I would typically react, have reacted, acted in similar situations that worked out. When my so asks me to a trip, whether or not intended for just us, if I wanted to invite anyone else, I would always no doubt clear it with him before I even ask them. I would first ask him if he just wanted us or is it okay to extend. To me, relationships are about mutual respect, and this is just a benchmark of respect. He invited me and I would do this even if he was just a friend. I do not want to rant further about how you invited her to this trip, regardless of her friends coming, and you left due to her actions and she just stood by, ganged up on you, then blamed you, as a group, without reaching out to you personally. Reflect hard on if this is the support system you need or can afford moving forward. Mutual respect is honestly everything. NTA who invites their friends on a 5-year anniversary trip with their partner. It's irrelevant that she didn't know you had plans to propose. NTA at all. I'd have been upset too. You planned this for the two of you. And she didn't even ask if her friends could come. She told you they were coming. Good for you for leaving early. If you weren't having a good time, why shouldn't you leave and rethink that proposal? After 3 days of being in second place, I decided to leave the trip and head home. I told Sarah why I was leaving, and she was upset. She told her friends about my decision, and I was ganged up on. They said we were all having a great time. Planned an anniversary trip for 2 where you were blown off for her friends. You were ignored and not having fun. Instead of acknowledging that what she did was wrong by inviting them and then ignoring you, they all ganged up on you, including your GF? The purpose for being there never happened, so why not go home? Might want to reconsider the proposal if she is this dismissive of your feelings as well as clear directions. Are there any other instances like this? Her being dismissive of what you want and pushing her agenda forward. NTA. If y'all are still speaking when she comes back from the trip. 1. You didn't ruin her good time. 2. You didn't embarrass her in front of her friends. Seems if she's as serious about relationship as you are, she should be able to understand your position. NTA. Couples vacations are generally special alone time unless a plan to bring others is discussed and agreed upon. Sarah inviting friends without telling you, blowing off your objections that you'd planned and preferred a couple's trip, and then making sure that all the activities were group activities suggests that her investment in this relationship may be different from yours. You might want to give some serious thought to leaving more than the vacation. So let me get this straight. 1. You spent months planning a vacation for the two of you. 2. You paid for said vacation. 3. She invited her friends and didn't tell you until it was too late for them to cancel. 4. You made requests for alone time and she rebuffed those efforts to hang out as a group with her friends. Buddy. She found the ring and knew your plan for the weekend. NTA. Might want to consider planning for a different future. NTA. Does she do this often? Does she pick time with her friends over time with you? Balance is fine, but she needs to pick you for more than things like your birthday. Does she often make you feel like the odd one out when hanging with her friends? A good partner tries to include you. Does she often railroad you like this? She was so wrong in all the things she did. But that's not the big red flag. People make mistakes and learn from them. Her denying that she did anything wrong is the return the ring behavior. She will never change her ways so long as she sees nothing wrong with what she is doing. If you do dump her, then she will start crying and claim she will change. She will change for a month and snap right back. Does she involve her friends on every disagreement you have? Will she continue to do so? NTA. But hit pause on that proposal until you've really worked that issue out. NTA. Time for a serious talk with your girlfriend. Why did she invite 2 of her friends and why did she keep this information from you at first? NTA. And I am sorry to say this, but your relationship is pretty much dead. This was such an asshole move by your GF. And there is no way I would ever be able to get over it. NTA. Your GF is an incredibly selfish jerk. Though, you might want to look into that. If I had a special anniversary trip planned with my partner and they invited anyone else to join us, without even asking me first, there would be absolute hell to pay. NTA. I feel heartbroken for you. I'd tell her the main reason for going on the trip and then dump her. You deserve better than this. NTA, and you should rethink this relationship. NTA. This is seriously one of my biggest pet peeves, when people crowbar themselves or other people into a trip without asking. I tried to set up a Memorial Day backpacking trip last year where it was supposed to just be my wife and another couple. My wife's friends heard about it and invited themselves with an 11-yo, and also invited another couple. The final head count was like 12 or something. Stressed me the F out because I was now the ringleader of all these people. Not to mention the logistics of getting all the shuttle figured out. Couple days before the trip, the weather looked like it was going to rain the whole time. So we canceled the entire thing. Such a relief. Did a little side trip on our own and didn't tell anyone about it. Anyways, I feel for you, man. NTA. Your GF sounds terrible, and the fact her first instinct upon hearing her boyfriend plan a trip for her being, "Let me invite my friends," speaks volumes. Dump her and you'll feel a lot better in life. Op. Keep your head up. NTA. Some side questions. Are her friends big into skiing or snow sports? If everyone is an active participant, maybe she was just sharing an event with her friends and assumed you were having a great time too. When she comes back with the "we were all having a great time," ask her what we did together. You were off with your friends on our anniversary. I was left to ride the bench. Be specific about how you felt, not about what you perceived. You did X. This made me feel Y. State that you felt hurt and that your feelings were ignored. You shared your concerns with her and she went out of her way to prioritize her friends over your plans. Yes, her friends had plans to be there now too. Great, set times to address both. You don't get your friends all day and me at night when we are alone. Let her know that you value her friends and her time with her friends. But maybe springing them on our anniversary without communicating this with me before the plans were finalized was hurtful. Let her know why it was hurtful and what you have planned. Let her know that you need time to recover and may consider propose at a future date, since we both have some communication issues we need to work on. Marriage is a team and teams need good communication. Yes, I left the vacation without communicating well and I acknowledge that. She invited friends to our anniversary without discussing it with you, and she needs to acknowledge that both actions were hurtful and ask her how she wants to work on improving communication going forward.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.